Hello and welcome to MMTV from MotorMouth. My name's Harry Benjamin. Don't forget to click that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. All your support helps us so much. And if you do like this video, make sure you leave a comment in the comments box below as well. And today, we've got quite a big issue to tackle. Is Formula One still relevant? Okay, on the face of it, when you look at the car industry right now, more and more manufacturers by the day are announcing they are turning away from either producing or continuing to develop new combustion engine cars, instead focusing their energies into electric production. Just look at Volvo, one of the first car manufacturers to state their intent at going all electric by 2030. And most recently, at the time of recording, Audi have stated their intent in completely stopping development on all combustion engines. Each week, another big manufacturer is turning away from petrol and diesel power in their road cars, which is a good thing because with that comes less pollution and harm to our planet from carbon and greenhouse emissions. It's a win for the climate. So, if I was a car manufacturer wanting to display my brand and bring attention to my road cars, what exactly is the appeal of a racing series that, yes, uses hybrid power, but along with a V6 turbo power unit, to me, who is only focusing on developing electric powered cars? Here lies the crux of the problem. If Formula One becomes irrelevant for car manufacturers, it could lead to big teams leaving the sport, along with sponsors and fans who could perhaps then turn to series like Formula E, which is entirely electric and already includes huge brands like Porsche, Nissan, Mercedes, and more. Formula One is already facing an uphill battle to win fans over with better, more competitive racing. Years of dominance by Ferrari, Red Bull, and then Mercedes has led to a general decline in viewing figures, not helped by TV coverage going behind a paywall. This will hopefully be helped with the new regulation changes coming in for 2022, which will change how the cars actually look and aims to encourage more overtaking. Add to that a new budget cap coming in, and if you ignore all the various loopholes the teams can use to get around the cap, this should lead to a better, more competitive field. Hopefully. However, this clearly wasn't enough to convince Honda, Red Bull and AlphaTauri's power unit supplier, to continue on past 2021 as they announced they were leaving the sport after rejoining it in 2015 to focus on zero-emission technology. This is a bit of a blow for F1, considering after a turbulent few years with McLaren, Honda had seemingly finally got its act together and seems like the most realistic challenger to Mercedes with their power unit in the back of that Red Bull. You also have to look at teams like Mercedes, who are obviously at the top of their game in Formula One, but they also have a very competitive team in Formula E. Why would they have a team in an all-electric championship if they didn't see the relevance? But crucially, they have teams in both. So something about F1 must be worth staying in, right? Right. Yes, Formula One as it currently stands is not particularly relevant when it comes to the types of cars we're going to be seeing more and more of on our roads. But the bottom line is that although electric cars are becoming more and more common, and yes, even hydrogen cars are slowly developing, even the World Endurance Championship is catering for this with a new hydrogen class of race car being introduced in the next few years. Bottom line, it's still a minimum 5 years off before electric or even hydrogen starts to become the more dominant car on the road. As such, F1 doesn't need to worry about this, as compared to Formula E, which does have a direct relevance with the championship being used as a test bed to improve battery development in road cars. F1 has a much higher appeal rate currently in terms of raw speed, entertainment, and crucially, TV viewers, helped by F1's social and digital drive, particularly amongst younger audiences, and programs like Netflix's Drive to Survive. In fact, around 62% of new fans in the last 2 years have been under the age of 25. But with Formula E having the exclusive rights on single-seater electric racing for 25 years, what could the not-so-distant future look like? As if F1 continues on its current trajectory, it will lose relevance along with fans as things like Formula E increase in speed and technology. Well, Mercedes boss Toto Wolff says he's keen to see Formula E on the same bill as Formula 1, so on a traditional F1 race weekend, we could see F1, F2, F3, W Series and Formula E. Would that work? Formula E is very much a series in its own right and not a support to Formula 1, so I can't see them being too happy about that. But if it's handled in the right way, this could be an option, although at the moment Formula E only race on street circuits due to not having high enough speeds to look any good on the big tracks F1 race predominantly on. But over the next 5 years, this could happen. I think another important thing to stress here is that F1 doesn't have to be relevant for the cars on our road. As displayed in the last year, the incredible story of Project Pit Lane, where the majority of the F1 teams used their facilities and technologies to help create critical equipment for those in need, suffering from COVID-19, from ventilators to innovating fundamental designs and programming to assist emergency services in their COVID-19 responses. Also, Formula 1 is Formula 1. There is nothing else with the history and prestige it has. Currently, there is nothing faster. It is still very much the elite form of single-seater motor racing. Plus, does F1 even have to be relevant? Formula E can take all the relevancy it likes, which is great. Can't F1 just be there for entertainment purposes? Isn't that half the reason why we even watch it? So, to summarise, is Formula 1 still relevant? Yes, it absolutely is. Its relevancy to the car industry might well decrease, but in terms of the pinnacle of not just motor racing, but of technologies and learnings used from Formula 1 developments in medical advancements in our everyday lives, absolutely, it remains relevant. Also, Formula 1's research into using biofuels is something that needs to be monitored as well as a way it can increase its relevancy. Its entertainment factor too can of course vary, but with new regulations in place and a constant strive on the digital front appealing to more and more people around the globe, yes, Formula 1 is absolutely still relevant and will remain so for a little while yet. As always, don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you convinced F1 will always remain relevant, or do you think it will just fade into the background as Formula E grows? Let me know, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and click that subscribe button, and I'll see you for the next one.